Matters coming back at you again. Today I'm going to be building a keyboard. And I've got in front of you here the Space Gray Mark 65 from Boardsource.xyz. You can see the website on the right side there. This is a kit. This is a group buy that ended in October, late October of last year, 2020. And it shipped... I think it's finishing up shipping to all of its U.S. customers pretty soon here. So I'm very excited to have it, and I rigged up my janky camera setup once again to stream putting this thing together. So just to do a little bit of the unboxing, I've got the case proper, which has a top section, a plate. I opted for the aluminum Space Gray plate. It has this polycarbonate piece which allows the underglow to escape, and it's got the gaskets here that the plate sits on, which seem to fit very nicely into their slots. The gaskets will be a little bit harder to see on the aluminum bottom here. And then there are more gaskets that fit in the groove of the top plate. It's very well machined. It feels very nice in the hand. All of the recesses are very sharp, very nice. I'm very looking forward to putting it together. This is a keyboard for my partner Roseanne to use. I had previously gotten her a 5x12, but the ortho, she wasn't quite into it. So I'm thinking that this 65 key row stagger will be more to her liking. So we'll see. Everybody cross your fingers. Okay, so today I'm building this with, I'm going to be putting Susuwatari on there, but first I'm going to go through all of the sort of early steps. Let's look at what else came in the box. The PCB, I have not opened it up yet. You can kind of see in there through the static, whatever you call this anti-static bag. We'll get into that in a minute. It came with 70 koala switches. It's a tactile switch. I had previously ordered 70 other tactile switches, and these I went ahead and filmed. These are what I put into the 5x12. So I just popped them back out of the 5x12 and dropped one on the ground. Let's go a digging. There it is. So I've got about 70 of those. They should all, they should have a few extras left over. Also in the box, stabilizers. Ordered these, so I'll assemble these, put them onto the PCB. Of course, it's a plate-mounted stabilizer here, or I'm sorry, a PCB-mounted stabilizer, and also got a nice coiled cable. It's all springy. It's got the TechFlex outer wrapping. It feels very nice. As a fallback, we can use the cable that I originally ordered for her 5x12. So anyway, also kind of wanted to show off my awesome tenting solution that I'm working up for my ergodox here. Yeah, it's called a cardboard box. You glue it up, you cut it. Working on iterating on that a little bit. Maybe we'll talk about that some more later. So anyway, let's open up this PCB. Sorry, didn't take it out of frame there. Trying to be careful here. I don't want to mangle the PCB in any way. Actually, it probably would be better if I cut this open, but I don't have any scissors handy. Oh well. Tear it open there. There we go. Okay. Ba-da-da-da. Oh, it passed QC. Check it out. So it's a USB-C there, and it's got all of the hot swap sockets soldered on there for us already. That's one of the beauties of these group buy things, is it lets you skip the soldering step, and you get machine soldered, machine picked and placed and reflow soldered all throughout. Everything looks great. You can see the little LEDs there as well that are going to give it the nice underglow, and a reset switch, I'm guessing. So I'm looking at the underside of the board here. It would be in the keyboard like this, and it will be soon. But before we put it into the keyboard, let's think about what layout options we want to explore. What I'm noticing is right up here, you can see where the PCB was sort of split from its neighbor, or whatever, whatever it sat beside in the layout. It's just got some little tendrils there. I'm gonna take a second and sort of brush those off. Just doing it off to the side here so I don't get any dust onto the rest of the workspace. It's got enough dust there already. There's one more little set over here, the top right corner, where there's a few little spiky bits pointing off, so I'm just gonna sort of smooth those over with a little scraper here. Everywhere else feels fine, so we'll just let that be. I want to do a quick test fit here, make sure that everything is in order, fit and finish wise. So I can just set that in place. Of course, it's a gasket mounted PCB, it's a gasket mounted plate, and from that the PCB is suspended. So I actually would not expect that. There we go. It sort of falls into place there. So it has plenty of clearance all around. I have the 5-degree insert, so you're kind of not seeing it flat on. Actually, let me show you that. Let me sort of bop this back out. Play musical chairs with everything, or Towers of Hanoi. So I got the 5-degree incline back plate there. So whenever it's placed on the table, there's a kind of a disconnect between the bottom section and the top section. So I can't really make that up until it's all put together. So we'll just have to deal with that. So everything seems to fit fine. No problems there. I'm going to keep this placed as it was. Redo my towers. And let's check out the configuration options for the Mark 65. I wanted to say there was around here somewheres. Maybe not. Let me go on to the Discord and I'll just check the pinned messages, because I know there's one in there. There it is. Pow. Open original, please. Yeah, here we have it. So I'm just gonna try looking around here. Yeah, we have some options. First of all, the shift can be split apart and have either a wide shift or a little extra 1.25U beside it. I think I'm gonna go with a full shift. Nothing untoward there. The next question is here on the spacebar. I'm definitely a fan of split spacebars, so I'm gonna drop a split spacebar in there, and I'll figure out what's supposed to go in that middle section. Talking to Roseanne. I'm going to say the non-ISO enter key is the right choice. Down here, I'm actually I'm a little unsure right here what I'm going to do. I don't have to make any major decisions because there's no stabilizer to put in place, so I can sort of decide that on the fly, or even change it after the fact. That's pretty configurable. For now, I think I'll probably do the 3 switches just to give maximum flexibility as to what happens down there. And then, I think I'm going to leave the backspace as a regular 2U for now, and perhaps in the future, depending on how it goes, split that up. So I'll need a stabilizer here, a 2U stabilizer. Whoa, everybody calm down. 2 2U stabilizers rather, here and here, and a 2U here. So let's get those out, and let's do some assembly. So I don't know if you've ever built stabilizers before, but they have a little notch on the bottom here that fits into a like a little pegged hole right there. So you just drop it in. I may in the future go back and lubricate these because they may be squeaky, but for now I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do it the lazy way. So I'm just going to set all these out with their mated pairs, and I believe I said I needed 4 or 5 stabilizers. Wait, nah, there's more than that, isn't there? Let's see, one set goes here. Let's get this bar out of the way, I don't need that. One set will go here. Set here. And then get out of the way, mouse. Nobody wants to see you right now. One's for the enter key. Whoa, that's not right. Yeah, it's pretty obvious whenever one isn't put together right. It doesn't slide at all. I think that one just fell together in the bag, which is kind of weird. One here for the enter, and then I was going to do the last set for, oh my, I will have to dig in deep and find a bar for 1, 2, 3 for one of these, or I'll have to do a split space or something, or a split shift key or something. I think I have an extra bar. I'm just going to check it out. And where would I put that? One of my cardboard boxes of goodies. If you build keyboards, then you know my struggle here. Give me one moment. First shot out of the gate. Yeah, I had an extra 2U stabilizer from building some numpads that I built for some family and friends for Christmas. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little bars to go with 5 sets of stabilizers, and everything is fitted. Let me take these off. Start screwing the little stabilizer bits. Actually, hang on. Let's go ahead and assemble the stabilizer so everything is clean and ready. I don't know if it's good practice, but I like to go ahead and snap everything together and just make sure everything is riding well on these before I assemble at all. So I want to say the big hole receives the sort of slip fit end, and the small hole receives the screw end. Flip this thing over. Gonna get a bit of me flipping this thing over. And then I've got these gaskets. Should have spilled these out onto the table before I got going. Teeny tiny little gaskets. They're so cute. Teeny tiny little screws, also quite cute. This is where having like 2 extra hands comes in really handy. If I had a good editing team here, they'd be putting extra hands in, but it's just me. So, you're gonna see me struggle with my big fumbly fingers. Here we go. Where'd that screwdriver go? World's longest screwdriver here. Turning it from the other room. Not trying to get it super tight right now, just tight enough to sort of hold everything together while I fix up my next screw and washer. Washer, gasket, miniature grind disc. I don't know what the hell this thing's supposed to be. Come on. Make sure everything sits nicely. And then give him a good, give him a little more torque. I'm not going too tight on this. I'm just making sure everything's seated well. Not gonna back out on me or do anything silly like that. Alright, first stabilizer is in place, and it should give me a nice little ticky. I'm sure you can hear the scratchiness because I didn't lubricate it, but we're all going to get by. We're all going to get by. Put together the second one here. This one is so to get all of the different layouts to work, they had to play with the positions of switches, and therefore some of the stabilizers are forward facing and some are rear facing. It shouldn't matter at all. The stabilizers ought not be affected by that type of thing, but who knows? Well, I guess we'll find out. So I'm going to place the second one, and then I'm going to set my 2 screws up so I don't have to fumble with that quite so much. Oh God. Alright, I can't wait for Samuel to be old enough to be able to help me with this, because he'll have such tiny little fingers that he can actually deal with these absolutely minuscule screws. Tiny fingers are the key. Come on. And then I'll get these sort of evenly tightened up like the other set. Trying to be careful here to not put any stress on the USB socket. Right now I'm always sort of suspending this thing so that it's not whacking against that that little fragile end. It looks like it's pretty robust. It's built into the PCB material pretty well, but either way, I don't want to risk it. No sense in having an unforced error there. So I've got the stabilizer for the split space in place, and it does do the stabilization thing. Let's move on to the right side of the split spacebar. Okay, those both run together. So let's place it in. So there's, again, they had to jockey around the positions of everything in order to make all of the different layout options possible. So there's two little sets of, you can sort of see it better if I put my hand underneath. There's two sets of, my God, how come you can't see them? There we go. Two sets of stabilizer holes there on the right side. So I'll focus on the left side and see where the right side falls. Okay, it's the inner hole. Get those two aligned. And we'll set up some screws. Let's set them in place and tighten them up. Alright, and then we'll do another sort of torquing down. Light torque here. Not trying to smash the board or anything like that, just giving it enough to prevent it from wiggling loose over time. And so again, we can see that the stabilizer does run together like we want. So on to 4 of 5. Exciting, exciting stuff. Thanks, viewers, if there are any. So this one is for the enter key. Oh, this one seems to be the bar on the bottom side. Work that thing flat. Just set it down right side up. Oh God. Uh-oh. One of my little gaskets went away. Okay, let's hope they gave an extra. It looks like they gave a couple extras. So, thank you, Cole and Quinn at Boardsource, for giving extra little gaskets, because they are impossibly wiggly. Also, shout out to Cole and Quinn at Boardsource for putting this group buy together at all. They did a tremendous job. Really short timeline for a keyboard group buy. Oh my. I don't know if it's picking up on the microphone. Samuel is having a bad time. Letting the whole world know about it. Okay, I'm having a hard time with this guy. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's get it fully. No, okay. I hate everyone and everything right now. Set you down. Don't you fall out of there. Okay. Get this gasket in place. Bless America. Okay. Fiddly little screws. There we go. Come on. Let's do it. There we go. Okay, everything appears well seated, and the two bits are riding together, like you hope. Okay, on to the last one. Set up my two screws here. Looks like they sent at least 2 extra little washers for the, or perhaps 3 extra, since one of them seems to have vanished from the physical realm. So let's assemble this last stabilizer. Let's do all the things. When the first time I did a stabilizer, I was kind of concerned that I was going to snap off one of those little fingers there. My camera sucks, so you won't see this, but there's little, like, 2 little fingers that hold the metal stabilizer bar. And I was very concerned that I was going to snap one of those things off, but they seem really robust. So, you know, of course, be cautious with them, but there's no need for kid gloves. Oh my, is there some interference here? Let's have a look. Maybe a little bit. No, I think it's just getting hung up on something. What are you getting hung up on? Let me back this guy out of there. Let me take a look. Okay, it looks like the circle, the little hole right here for that stabilizer bit is not quite perfectly round. It's got a little protrusion that is hitting on the bottom bit of this stabilizer. So what I would like to do is just file that thing down. Do I have a file around here? No. Oh, yeah, I do. Like a nail file. That would probably work. Let's give it a try. It's you. I'm gonna hit you with the nail file for a little bit. It's kind of like an emery board type thing, so I don't know how well it'll do against this plastic, but it's what I've got sitting right here. Okay, took a little bit off. That'll hopefully do the trick. There's no way possible that you're gonna make it out on the camera, but there it is. Let's see if that did anything at all. Yeah, looks like it's seated now. Okay, so if you have a little nail file, you might just want to give it a little zap, and that'll make it seat a little bit better if you're using the full backspace, the full width backspace. I've got the two screws already here, so let's bop them in. One more little stupid screw. Come on, guy. Don't do me like that. There we go. I note that they did not include any extra screws with the stabilizers, so do be careful to not lose any of those. They are very small and very fiddly. And also beware if you're doing the maximum number of stabilizers here, you need 5, which the kit comes with 4 2U stabilizers and 1 wide mug of a stabilizer. So at a minimum, you may need to order 1 more stabilizer, 1 more 2U stabilizer. Okay, that all appears good. They're all riding well. So the next step is to start putting some switches on. Start getting them in there. And so as we do this, I'm going to make a little sandwich with the switches between the plate and the PCB. So I'm going to take this top case bit and set it aside for now. And I'm going to focus on, and I'm going to actually just take this lower bit. Wow, this thing is, I didn't realize how heavy this thing is. This thing is quite heavy for being a plastic bit. And I will slide you out of the way as well, and I'll be left here with just the plate. Okay, So they're going to be sort of riding together like this. Eventually, once everything is just right, they'll be kind of riding together like that. Whoa. Come on, fella. Okay. Looks like we have some tight tolerances. I'm not going to work it too hard until I have some switches ready to go in. It also looks like there might have been a little bit of bending. I might just want to get a little needle nose plier and kind of straighten those out a little bit. Hopefully I don't have to mess with them too much. I don't know if you can make it out again on the terrible camera rig that I have. But yeah, it's just a slightest little deviation. I'm gonna grab a quick plier and have at that. I just grabbed a little needle nose out of my soldering kit, and I'm just gonna take a little whack at this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It bends really easily and should give a little bit more space for that stabilizer. You just want to give it just the tiniest little bit of torque there. Okay. Giving that a little bit more space. And we should get another dry fit here. Yeah, there we go. Starting to come together. There's still just a little bit of a clearance. No big deal. Okay, let's get some switches in place. I think this board takes, 65 or 60, rather 66 to 69 switches, somewhere in that range. So I have 70 here. We'll see how many I end up with. I'm going to focus on getting the switch through the plate and then into the PCB for this first one. Oh man, that might not have been the best approach. Okay. Yeah, seems to have worked fine. Got pins sticking through, so we're good on that first one. I'm gonna do one in each corner first and try to, just get this thing supported well, and then we can move from there. Took a little bit different strategy on this one. I inserted it all the way into the plate. Into the PCB before I engaged the switch on the plate. All right. I have seen on the Discord a few of these hot swap sockets have sort of been popped off the pads. It doesn't seem frequent that it's occurring. But I'm being really careful as I put this together to push on the hot swap socket and not allow any stress on the pads, because if they have a tendency to pop off, then I don't want to do anything to exacerbate that, or anything that might cause one to pop off on me. So the reasons that might happen, the reasons that I might see that happening rather, is if you had assembled the plate here into the case before you inserted your switches, right? If you're doing that, then that means that some amount of force is being borne on the solder point for the hot swap socket, and that's ultimately what I'm trying to avoid by pressing on the back side of the actual PCB as I insert the switches. So like I said, I'm just going around each of the four corners here and hitting one switch in each corner to really get this thing supported well. And then I'll just start going to town left to right. All right, everything seems well and good with regard to the stabilizers, with the plate, and everything seems to be going smoothly with the switches now. So let's just start jobbing them out, top to bottom, left to right. Some duty-free music that I'm humming here. No copyright. Making it up on the spot. So y'all been keeping up with this weather thing? Yeah, man. This board got delayed 7 days because of the weather. All kinds of snow. It's crazy. Again, just about the only thing I'm focusing on as I insert these switches is not bending the pins, and I'm being really sure to apply equal force on the hot swap socket as I am on the switch as I insert them. Shout out to any viewers who watched my ducky pad build, which is now on YouTube. I was pretty right on that build. Samuel, he really likes it. So basically I can't have it plugged into my computer, or else he'll be hitting it and all hell will be breaking loose on my computer. So wait till he's a little bit older, and then I'll be able to use that. A little bit older. Alright, so finished up the top row there. The koalas look pretty nice against the space gray plate. I like them. I like the look of them. They're a nice tactile switch. I use the T1s on my ErgoDocs, and these have a really similar feel to them. I like that tactility that they have, this sharp step at the very top of the switch travel. So I'm not really worried too much about checking to see if the pins are bent or if they're going in well right now. I'll do a pass to check out the pins independent of this insertion step. So a little QC step after this. All my 2 clicks. Okay, yeah. This one didn't click because the switch, there's 1 click. Yeah, the switch film is kind of blocking the the action of the little finger. Just bopping in switches. So anybody who's just joining, anybody who joined late, anybody watching at all, building the Mark 65 from boardsource.xyz. Excellent little group buy that has recently made its way to my doorstep, and putting it together for my lovely partner Roseanne. Okay, so we've just got to a really interesting little thing that they had to do here. The switch that's going in next, it's the backslash. I think that's the backslash. Anyway, the switch is going to have to go in sideways. And that's, again, because they're trying to accommodate several different switch layouts here. So in order to accommodate that ISO enter, they had to make this one go in sideways. So it's going to look a little strange compared to the rest of them, and that is okay. It's just really important to notice that before, you know, don't like go into a meditative state as you're inserting these switches and then try to put it in sort of north facing. All right. And then the macro key in the 2 position. Two rows down. It's starting to look like a complete keyboard now. I mean, it's starting to look like a 2/3 complete keyboard now. Coming up on 47 minutes. Okay, this is going pretty quick. Next row. So yeah, to anybody else who's building a gasket-mounted keyboard, I recommend doing this thing that I'm doing here, where you hold on to the back of the hot swap socket as you insert that switch for the first time. If you're expecting to be replacing your switches often, then I think it would probably behoove you to do this anytime you're removing the switches, unless you're truly hot swapping like a single switch out, in which case it might be a little bothersome to take the whole keyboard apart to do that. But you know, in these cases you have a limited supply of these PCBs. Actually, in the case of Boardsource, I don't think it's going to be limited in any way. I think you'll be able to order PCBs on until, you know, for as long as the store is operating. So not such a big deal here, but in you know, other group buys, you might not be able to ever get that PCB made again. So protecting it while you know, the first time you're putting it together is pretty relevant. It's pretty relevant. So here we got to another sideways mounted switch. Maybe make that out a little bit. Anyway, goes in just the opposite orientation of the other the other switch in this little cluster. And there's no, I mean, it engages on the plate a little bit on the sides, but there's no engagement on the clips. So it's kind of just being held in there by the pins themselves, and the three mounting pins on the back side as well. All right, and then the macro key here. Continuing along, get to our shift key. Regular north mounting. Alright, this paint is almost dry here. I'm about to have this thing ready. Coming on to that last row. Watch out, everybody. Edge of your seat stuff. Will he bend a pen? Will he not? Stick around to find out. Don't tune out now. Get to the good part. Plugging it in and seeing that underglow for the first time. It's coming. It's coming soon. Dang switches are making this thing heavy. Working at it to hold this thing up. Alright. Still trying to be really careful and mindful of the USB-C port on the bottom as I go through this last row here. The USB-C is on the top, but I'm holding it upside down, so, you know, relative. Kind of want to put this thing on like a vise and really just mash those switches down there. But I don't think that all should be necessary. Here we go. Yeah. Gonna use a little bit more elbow grease. There we go. All right. Only a few more switches left. And that's awesome. Let's do the split space. Okay, so here you can see it, possibly. There are two hot swap sockets right side by side, and they're labeled, which is cool. One has a 1.25U and the other one has a 6.25U. So I'm doing this as a 1 1/4. So you go north facing and right there. Cool. No problem. Now we do the other half of that split space. 2 good clicks. It's going together so nicely. And then I said I was going to do all 3 of these positions. So let's do that. Again, they're labeled. You can see them 1U and 1.5U on the inner and outer. So I'm going to go for all 3. 1. 2. And then the other 1U is south facing. 3. And then the last 2 arrow keys, and we are done with this step. And then we get to do the next step. And then another step after that. It's exciting stuff. So many steps. All right. Okay. There they are. I am tempted to do a... Yeah, what the hey? Let's do it. I'm going to do a little test run here. Clip all of this. Get this long coil cable here. Very long. Set that curly part down over there. Plug this in to my computer. Tips fedora rather, my computer. Let's see what she does. Ooh, it's all purple. Well, would you look at that? It's all purple. Okay, let's open up Notepad. Let's get that into the right screen size, and let's do just a little testing here. ASDF. Hello. Ba ba ba. It's alive. Dag, yo. Space, what's you do? Oh, you do space as well. All 3 of them do space? That's a problem. Wait, Alt. Yeah, okay. Shift. Okay, that's cool. Caps lock for some reason. Hey, Firelord, how's it going? No, this is not built from scratch. This is a kit from Boardsource.xyz called the Mark 65. But yeah, I'm assembling the kit. So it starts as just a PCB here and a plate, and I got some switches, and I'm putting it all together. Got a case sitting over there. I'm just doing some testing right now to make sure that it's working right. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for joining the channel. So the next step for me is to put this thing together in its case. And my grubby little mitts are very excited about that. So I'm going to start with the top case over here, and I'm going to put it upside down. I'm going to place this old boy in there. It's should be resting nicely against the... Oh, the switches are touching the table, so it's not actually... what what words am I trying to use here? So yeah, it's not getting a solid connection to the top plate, not touching the gaskets yet. Go ahead and put the bottom plate in place. And I've got this top bit as well. I'll put that on last. The kit came with all of the hardware, of course. Got these long 2mm screws, and came with a very cute little 2mm Allen key. I love it. So, pour out some of these screws here. Let's start making our way downtown. So I'm just going to try to make sure that all the screws get purchased. Not necessarily going for torquing just yet. Just want to kind of go around and get all the screws engaged. Yeah, as soon as they start to give any sort of resistance to turning, I'm going to just back off and come back to it. That was a really satisfying one. Are you looking for PC builds or just tech builds in general? Sweet. Wow, I'm first on your recommended. Awesome. Yeah, I like to build stuff. I do. I've done a couple keyboard builds. Mainly my channel is devoted to tutoring. I do a college dynamics course. But yeah, welcome. I'm here just building this thing. Have you got any socials? What does that mean? Like a Discord channel or anything like that? Because mainly I use the Boardsource Discord for all my keyboard related stuff. Like any social media in general I can follow. Yeah, I've got a YouTube channel where this will end up going. This Matters. Apart from that, no, not really. I'm not much of a social media hound. That might change. Now let's see what critical error I made in assembly here. Will this thing go together? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it goes together. No big. Ooh, come on. Come on. Looks a little tiny bit misaligned. I'm gonna back off some of these screws and see if I can get it aligned a little bit better before I. What's the name? Of my YouTube channel. You should be able to find it as This Matters. Yeah, I would have This Matters on Discord, except somebody is squatting on it. Hasn't used it in a minute. I'm hoping it gets purged at some point and I can have that. But yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. Yeah, I'm still pretty new on streaming, so I don't have a huge amount of content backlogged on YouTube yet. But yeah, whenever I do stuff, I do a bit of programming on my channel. I do tutoring, of course, and when I get new keyboards and stuff, I build them. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Ba ba ba. Let's get these screws in. Last screws. I think I found one recently on another Discord that I sort of haunt on. It's a thing called Mutant C. It's like a Raspberry Pi project. It seems really freaking cool. I think I want to build one of those soon. If I can get my hands on it. Get my grubby mitts. I can give you some help if you want. Oh, right on. Oh yeah. What kind of stuff do you build? not getting any purchase on this screw down here, and I'm wondering why. Oh, it's because I'm not aligned well. I'm just going to take a few of these things back apart. I probably should have done this in a different order. I'm not consulting with any build guide though, so I'm just kind of free flying here. What kind of stuff do you build, Firelord? Build PCs. Okay, right on. Yeah, that's fun. I like to build my own PC as well. I just don't do it that often. I've built way more keyboards recently than I have PCs. What kind of languages are you trying to learn to code? Yeah, I have a active stream going right now where I'm doing a Python or a Python and Django based web game called Grotto. It's been pretty fun to work on. I'll probably do another stream on that maybe tomorrow. Okay, have I gotten these all fully loosened? Not quite. Where's my binder? I don't think I have a binder anymore. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna try to realign these things a little bit. Yeah, that screw's definitely long enough. Oh, right on. Sweet. Yeah, that's awesome. Just getting familiar with those processes, with the troubleshooting processes of, like, every time you rebuild your PC and, you might run into some issue why it won't start again. So you got to figure out why the hell that is. And yeah, it's excellent practice to just work with what you have to get good. Right, I like that. There's a few YouTube channels that I like that you might check out. Adamant IT. He has a shop in the UK and he does PC repairs and whatnot. And then Lewis Rossman as well. He does amazing PC repair or Mac repair, a lot of it. And yeah, his if you're looking to get into that business, those are both wells of knowledge. Right on. So yeah, if you're building a Boardsource out there, anybody watching who is also bought into this group buy, be sure you put on the polycarbonate bottom plate before you put on the bottom case bit, because it's much easier to align everything. And now that I have it in there, yeah, you can still see the clearances are a little tight on that, the USB-C. But it's not bad. Let me get a flashlight on that and we can see it a little bit better. Flashlight, there you are. No, that doesn't help you see it any better at all. That's worse, actually. Oh yeah, you took your old Optiplex and put some new bits in there to make it a little quicker? What kind of stuff did you put in? Now that we got the top bit, the top polycarbonate machine bit installed, I'm gonna just go around and tighten up all of these bottom screws, and then I'll go through and do a final sort of torquing down of everything. I really love this tiny little Allen key. So cute. The little bitty tools that you get whenever you work on keyboard stuff. Yeah, my ducky pad came with this tiny little brush. It's just adorable. It's like, what am I, like a archaeologist? Do I need to like brush off a tiny bit of dust from something to expose it? I don't know. Oh dang, nice 7. Right on. Yeah, that's quite an optiplex. 16, yeah, right on, man. So I guess you probably had to drop motherboards on that too, huh? New motherboard for that optiplex. So it's really just the case that's left over. Dang, that's pretty solid. All right, so I got it all screwed up. Sorry, I got it all screwed together. I want to do a final round on all of these screws. Just giving one a little torque. Just a consistent little spin here. Basically, the gasket that's on both the top and the bottom bits of the case is gonna soak up a lot of the pressure of this torquing down and give a nice consistent feel throughout the board. And the last one. Cool. Really like how clean the logo is on the bottom of the board there. It looks really sharp. Okay. It doesn't actually sound at all like it will sound once we have keycaps on there. So we're coming up on the 1 hour and 15 minute mark. No big deal. Let's break open the keys. Slide this up. Actually, let's do a little cleanup here. I've got a little baggie for these leftover koala switches and go into my collection of leftover switches. Micro ATX right on. Cool, man. Thanks for chatting with me here, keeping me company while I build this thing. Yeah, if there's something you can think of that we can collab on, I'm game. All right, so Susuwatari is the keycap set. This is from Drop. It's got a nice, fun profile on it. It's the same keys that the same keycap that I use for my Ergodox here. So this is just this is maybe a little plain for what Roseanne will find appealing for her daily driver keyboard, but I think that this set will look really nice against the space gray keyboard. So I'm gonna try it out for her first and see how she takes to it. And if she doesn't like it, you know, I can switch it up to a different keycap set that I've got laying around. So let's have a look at these here space bars, and let's pick out the two that go in the right width. So this is where I start to get into useless territory, because I don't mess with keycaps too much, so I don't know the widths by feel or anything like that. So those two look right, and then this one should be a 1 1/4. 1 1/4. That's probably you. Yeah, that looks right. I kind of wish I had an accent right here, like a different, like a red or something to set it off a little bit. And then I haven't really decided if I want these to be up or down facing. So let's just not put those on just yet. I'm going to set them down here, and then let's pick out the rest of the modifiers that are going to go on that bottom row, and then we'll set those in place. For now, I don't see anything else in this kit that's going to be of use, so I'm going to set it aside. Back to that later. On to the next Susu box. when you order keycaps, if you haven't ordered keycaps before, you end up ordering like 500 different boxes of keycaps because it's a hustle. You know, they're like, it's like a shakedown. They really want you to you know, buy a bunch of keycaps from them. So you know, little kits here and there, like that was the Spaces kit, so that I could get basically this length that I need. And here is some, I think this is probably like ortholinear kit, right? A bunch of one-use stuff. Here's the red key that I was thinking that I would like to put down there. Nope, it's too wide. Never mind. I take it back. I don't want to use that key. What a jerk. But I do think that there is room for a control. In fact, I'm going to plug this keyboard back in, and I'm going to see which one of these is control. How can I see that? I can go to the QMK thing. The keyboard tester. Configurator. QMK. That's the one. And then from here, I should be able to click on a... Where is it? Come on. Test keyboard. There we go. Okay. Oh my. Let me make this a little bit wider. Okay. So if I hit this, left Alt, left Control, okay, and then that, okay, that's fun. Acceptable. So Alt Control. Let's find in Control here. Go like so. Oh, that's the thock I want. That's the thock I've been thinking about. Okay, we should have an Alt. Great. Those feel nice. Okay. Then I actually don't know if I'm going to have a tilde that's going to be on the right row for that, but I have a tilde right here that may not be the right row for that. If I turn it upside down, maybe it'll work right. No, it's like way taller. Well, that's a bummer. So that might be a good reason to only do 2 keys here. Just get a feel for how these things go. I just realized that I did not ever do that QC step that I wanted to do, and to check that I had good connection through everything. So I guess we're just going to get that by doing this switch tester. Okay, so they were kind of lazy with their shift. Enter, back. I love that. There's no caps lock. That is controversial. Space, space, space. What do you do? Oh, you do colors and lights. Dang, look at that. Ooh. I don't know what you are. Okay. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. No bent pens, it seems. So everything, that makes me happy. And I think I'm done with this. Is there no, okay, good, there's an escape key. And then, so let's put an escape key on there. That's a row 5 escape key if I ever seen one. Bang. Bang. Look at that. Okay. So I don't have a tilde for right here. At least not yet. This is the tilde that I do have. It's not the right height. It's like a row 5 tilde. It would be like up here by escape. So, setting that aside. Just going to leave it right there. And then we're going to look at the next round of these things. These were all ortholinear keys, so a lot of 1U in there, and not a lot of 1U are actually populating the board. So we'll look over here toward these novelty keys, I think, are what's in this. A few novelty keys. A few of the fun ones. Got a wide shift. That is right for here, probably. Are you 2U? Are you 2.75U? Yeah, you seem right. I'm going to hold off because that one has stabilizers. I don't want to mess with it just yet. We'll come back to that. Tab. Oh no, that is not even the right width for a tab. What are you even thinking, dude? I'm not seeing anything in here that needs maybe this Space Invader, maybe this Heart Rosanna, like those for sure, and maybe this little shebang. That little shebang those three might go over here. We'll see about that though. Okay, so not a lot more I want out of that little bin. On to the next set of bins. Let's put these away in some sort of organized fashion. Ba-ba. Okay, I might have to put in any key on there. That'd be fun. Come on. There's no caps lock. We have a backspace though, and it's 2U. Ooh, yeah, I love that. Is that actually backspace? Oh, hold up, I need to get this thing back on you. Yeah, okay, you're actually backspace. Good. Tab. This looks like the right tab. Tab indeed. Got another tilde here. This is definitely the wrong row for tilde. But is it terrible? It is terrible. Okay, back off with you. Same exact tilde that we already had one of. Thanks. Arrow keys are necessary here. Up. Left. Fumble. Down. And right. I don't see anything else that's immediately useful here, so let's put the lid on it and set it aside. These are all modifiers. I'm going to come back to those. It's the keys that I've been waiting on. Everybody's been waiting on these. We're going to get right to them now. We're going to get in there. I'm going to do it. Come on, Jimmy. Let's do it. We are going to put the QWERTYs on now. All of our alphas. another tilde. That certainly won't be useful to me here. 1. And then, does that do the right thing? Okay, good. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 0. Minus and plus. And then chair squeaks. All my QWERTYs. And if you're just joining, I'm working here on a keyboard called the Mark 65, produced by Boardsource.xyz. It's a top quality kit. Shipped right fast, and for that I am thankful. Bit of a bracket there. Got a backslash and pipe here. Oh yeah. It makes such a dramatic difference in the sound of the keyboard what keycaps are on there. Ooh, that's going to sound really nice when it's all done. All right, let's get there. A, S. I gotta say, I've used keycaps that come in a baggie, and they're not organized. When they come in the baggie, they're sort of pied up in there. I like it a lot better when they're in order. In the bin that they come in. You don't have to go hunting around so much. You just sort of fly through that thing. Colon, semicolon, and quote. Get that Z. Z, if you're a Canadian. X, C, V, B, N, M, yeah, man, the difference is huge. Need to rearrange things a little bit to get this chat window visible again. Yeah, the difference in sound is really amazing. Like, even if I were to just bop on, I have a DSA cap right here. I'm just going to bop it onto that spot, and you can hear the difference. Yeah. So, it's not a, it's not I don't think it requires a trained ear to hear the difference there. I hope it doesn't, at least, because I don't want to be deluding myself. But I think it sounds pretty dramatically different. Okay, so I've spent everything I can out of this box, and I think I need to go on to the next box. So if Roseanne doesn't like this, the next step up is one of those full-on 101 key things that she has of everything possible. We'll see if it gets to that. I want to go back here. Yeah, I actually want to go back here. I want to see if I can get as many of these to be consistent with their white legends as possible. And this is a control key, so I'm going to see if this control fits on there and is the correct profile for that row. Oh, baby. Whew, that's nice. Okay. Everything else seems to go into colors from there on. Let's sort of dig back through. Let's see if I missed anything else. No, that seems to not have anything of use to us. So let's go into... Let's go into this modifier kit that I have sitting here. Okay. We got two shifts. Pull in a double. There is our left one. And this is probably the right width to be our right one. No, way too wide. Dang. What about you? Perfect. Perfect. And then return. We can either use the red or the black with red legend. I'm thinking red. I don't think there's any way around that being the correct choice. Let's get you lined up here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Wait, no, hang on. Not quite. What? Are you taller than the rest? That seems weird to me. Maybe. Just maybe. You are not the right profile for that row. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't think that's right. It doesn't seem like it has the right profile for the row. Get my keycap puller back in there. Pull that thing off. Okay, let's try this black with red. Oh yeah, that has the right. Well, now that I pull it off, this looks like it has the right profile. Well, damn it. I'm going to try it again. Okay. Okay, I must not have had it seated fully. It seems right now. Okay. I regret nothing about this. Okay, then we have a control here, a meta here, oh god, and an alt. So, control. I think those are all 1.75U. Let's alt tab and find out. Oh, no, I don't want alt. I want control tab? Yeah. Sorry, I'm not a Windows user, so I don't think about the way to navigate through. Oh, this is just a browser, yeah, so it shouldn't even matter. Yeah, it doesn't tell me how wide that is. Thanks, guys. I'm going to call it a 1.25U, and we'll see if this is the right width. That is definitely not the right width. We need thinner. Thinner. So that says the whole word control. What if I use this CTRL? What about that? Okay, perfect. And then an Alt key somewhere in there. Space bars have worked themselves out now. We will have them facing this. You know what? No. If I can't have a downturned space bar for comfort. Okay, so we are 2 keys short. We have the super key over here, and we have the tilde over here. Of course, I can remap those however, you know, however I might want. It's all just one quick QMK away. But a tilde is pretty necessary. You know, I would definitely want to have that on the keyboard. Don't want to omit it just because I don't have a key for it. But I also don't love that it sticks out like a big old sore thumb there. I guess I'll leave it. It shouldn't affect typing, I don't think. So maybe we'll just go with it. If I don't say anything, nobody might notice. I do want to find a super key that is appropriate here. You know, these star, the little diamond, is where I would go straight away. But I want to see if there's something more fun that I can drop on there. So just the word super is pretty good. That's not a bad choice. The little Android symbol would be fun. There's a Windows, but EU and gross simultaneously. So it's a running right now between the diamond and the super, and I lean towards super just because super it's pretty super. And I think we're coming up on the end of it. I want to look for anything else that might be useful. So these up here, I don't know if we saw before what they are doing. They are toggling on and off the lights, and then cycling through the various light shows, I guess. And then I'm not quite sure what this one's doing. Oh, I think this key might affect this key. Yeah, it's kind of trippy. So these keys don't, they do fuck all. So I'm just gonna put some sort of fuck all keys on there. But let's see if there's anything more productive that could go on there. It would be confusing if I actually put a shift or a tab there. because they don't do Shift or Tab. So I'm gonna stay with these just novelty keys. Okay, and we're all built. It's not perfect in the sense that this little guy right here, this tilde, doesn't have the right. I'm not on the right row, and I'll show you what I mean by that by holding this thing up sideways, and you should be able to. I'll hold it up so that I'm in the light. Yeah, you can see it doesn't quite match the key next door, right? That's sort of sloped up, and this is sloped back. This key matches the keys up here, though, these top row. But other than that, I'm very happy with the build here. The long cable is kind of cool. I hope Roseanne likes that. Oh, there's one more thing to do, and let's do that before I sign off here. I'm gonna unplug this. I'm gonna flip it over. My very favorite thing to do in keyboard builds is to put the little rubber feet on there. Yeah, comes with 4 little rubber feet. Hey, what's up? KNDY55. What's up, Firebird? How you doing, brother? Yeah, this is a nice new kit that I got from Boardsource.xyz called the Mark 65. I'm guessing it goes on general sale soon, but this was a group buy, and yeah, I think it's very fancy. Of course, I'm a big fan, almost to the point of exclusivity. I'm a big fan of split keyboards, right? I got my Ergodox here, sitting on some super custom tenting solutions that are hopefully going to alleviate some stress on my wrists. Got the other half over here. Split keyboards for life. Not everybody's into split keyboards, though. Roseanne has not shown any interest in a split keyboard. You got to meet people where they are. So, whoa, Corsair Gamer keyboard? Are you kidding me? Which esports team? Is it branded from them, or is it just out of box? Or are you memeing on me? Are you memeing on me right now? I'll pull this car over. I'll stop this keyboard if you're memeing on me. So yeah, there's 4 little indentions. I'm just popping these little... Dang. So is it a branded keyboard then? Member mechanical? Membracanical? What is membracanical? Is that like a mechanical membrane? Oh, it's not even Dallas Fuel Swag. Oh, it's a hybrid. What does that mean? Like, what do the switches look like? Are they like, where'd you get it from? All right, 4 little rubber pads on the bottom. This thing is complete. It is rocking and complete, and now it is just a matter of well, that's cool. I'm not disgusted by any keyboard. I think if you like your keyboard, stick with it. If you don't, there's tons of options out there that you can explore. There's a lot of preference to be expressed in the keyboard world. So yeah, if you're content with your keyboard, if it makes you money, then stick with it. You know. Yeah, right on, man. Yeah, get into it. Try out some switches. Figure out what you like. Figure out what you don't like. The thing that's cool about mechanical keyboards is that there's like an active aftermarket for them. So like you get a keyboard, it might not be the best one for you, but you can try it out for a while. You can resell it on that active market, and off it goes. So when you find the one you love, then you know that you're home. So yeah, as far as switches go, this one here is using the Durock Koala. It's a nice tactile switch. As you can hear, actually, let me just do a little. I wonder if there's a quick typing test I can pull up. I haven't typed on a row stagger in so long. This is going to be embarrassing. Let's check it out. Yeah, I was going to jump off here in a little bit, but I can do a little typing test. We can see what that looks like. Geez, Windows, come on, man. Don't do me like that. Do I gotta go to mavisbeacon.com? So, Control T, typing test. Oh, my hands are so close together. Oh my, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Focus up, everybody. Did you know that winds are generally silent? No matter, oh, I missed a capitalization, how fast they go, if nothing is blocking them, they will not make a sound. They only start making noises when they blow against something. While English has lots of rules in its language, did know that dreamt, dreamt is the only English word that can average typing speed 59. I'll take it. 98% accuracy. I'll take it. For me, I'm a coder. I write code in Python and Django. So that's what my everyday driver here is devoted to, and is layered for. I also play games. But mostly when I'm gaming, I find I'm on a gamepad, right? I play Rocket League. Rocket League on a keyboard. It can be done. There's like really excellent people that do it, but I'm on this. So, whenever I'm gaming, on a keyboard, I do have layers for the ergodox here to facilitate that. But if I want something, if you're looking for something else switch-wise, I've got big old Thaki what the fuck is this ad? No, this is not a monetized channel, bro. No ads. Close ad. Get out of here. Jeez, they'll squeeze them in anywhere. These here box jades are really fun. So, and then apart from that, you got a bunch of options out there. I would suggest getting yourself a switch tester. Let you decide what you're looking for. Think about how you want to go, and yeah, explore the space. Anyway, thanks for chatting. That really warms my heart, and thanks for tuning in. And I hope you enjoyed watching me build this delicious keyboard. Again, from boardsource.xyz, excellent store with an excellent Discord community. If you're looking for keyboard related stuff, they are a very good source. Fast shipping, responsive customer service. I can't recommend them enough. Totally unpaid. They didn't give me any free shit to be on stream here and pimping them out. They're just awesome. So I just want to do that for them. They are a very good board source. Thank you for the jokes. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.